Alright guys, War Room here, and today I want to cover specifically this map, Abbey, and defending on Abbey. Um, Defending from the north spawn, two locations that I would recommend you use. So this replay, you're going to see a pretty hectic round where kind of one of the last resorts to defense on this map, specifically defending the 8-9 line and how I would do it. And then I have a second game in the G-Sor, actually, the tier 8 premium tank destroyer. And I'll show you guys how you can defend from a different angle. So initially, I like to go in my decently mobile tanks to the middle, because I think it's really important to, if not take the middle, but at least deny or, spot the enemies that try to go to the middle. So I like to just stay on this left side typically, because artillery likes to start on this right side, so I don't want to get artilleried. So that's why I stay on the left side. But notice that we spotted the few of the tanks in the middle, and we got them, to lose a little bit of their HP, and that's the whole goal of kind of denial of the middle, is so that the enemies have to sacrifice some of their HP in order to take positions. And that's kind of the biggest advice that I would have on how to get more wins, and ultimately get more wins, meaning you can increase your win rate, increase the amount of XP you can earn per game. So that's the biggest thing, biggest advice I can have. So here, I'm kind of just trying to see if I can proxy like this T50. Just make sure that he can't spot our team. And so if our team's not spotted, they're not gonna, lose any HP. And as you can see, as this game is unfolding, they sent a lot of forces to this 8-9 line. We still have a decent amount of forces over there, so I'm not too worried yet, but I am concerned. So I'm keeping an eye on my map, and I noticed that it's 4 versus 2 on that side, so I'm gonna make the push early. Also, you're gonna notice in the second replay that I stay in the middle to defend rather than go to this position, because the AMX CDC is taking the middle position, so I'm assuming that he will be able to help us get some crossfire. So first thing I do here is take this position to defend. Additionally, I think the reason why I stayed in the G-Sor instead of in my AMX is because as an AMX, you're kind of there to be a spotter, and you'll notice that it's a pretty big role that I play in keeping this side lit for my allies. So it's just also about knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And a very important thing to do here when you're defending is to push down those trees, so that you can now see I move behind the trees and I'm not going to get spotted. Or I should have, double bushed there instead of single bushed, because if you fire and there's only one bush that's non-transparent, that's going to go away. And normally, if you're going to get spotted, if there was no bush, you're going to get spotted. So I pull back a bit further this time, and because there's a tree and a bush, I'm able to shoot through there and not get spotted, since the tree in front of me will lose its camo, but there'll still be the front bush in front of me. So as you can see, it's 2-7 the score. We're down by 5 tanks, down by 2,000 HP. And now I'm just, trying to get my gun to work. At this point, I pretty much consider this a loss. I'm just farming for damage because, there's not much support on this side. That was a bit rushed. Trying to get some more spots in here. Just trying to lower the HP of these guys. And now the Skoda is right next to me. He's proxy spotting me. So now I can't really do that. But I am still being useful, because I'm kind of just keeping these guys occupied. I'm keeping 4 tanks occupied on this side. 5 tanks, actually. So they're kind of useless. So on the other side, we actually have an advantage. On the 1-2 line, we actually have you know, 3 heavies on the heavy side against a light tank and an IKV TD. So it's likely that they can actually win that side. But here I'm just keeping these 3 guys lit, and then also the Scorpion and the SU-100. They're not really useful to their team right now. So the Skoda kind of makes a mistake of forgetting that I have a shot on him from here. And now I see this Dickermax, and I'm seeing if I can get a shot. But I'm wary because he might move forward, and he might be able to get a shot into me. So I'm just being patient here. And this KV-2 is probably my biggest threat because he can one-shot me. So going to actually take a reload here. Dickermax gets spotted. Unfortunately, I get hit by him. But I do know his reload is quite long. And I just heard the KV-2 fire. And I know he's got a 24-second reload. So I can put 1, 2, 3. And I really have to make this 4th shell count. Because if he's still alive, that's going to be really bad for me. So I'm still spotted. Have to be careful. Don't want to go out there because the Dickermax definitely has me aimed in. So now the score is pulled back. So we're actually winning this. And unfortunately I eat a shot there. But now I know he's reloading. So, and I make him panic shoot and miss. Looks like he probably got his turret busted or something. And now this Dickermax, I can see that he's aimed at me. So I'm going to make sure I'm behind this rock. Take my time reloading. Wait for my teammates to clear him. There's no point in me going forward. And successful defense. I'm surprised I didn't get much spotting. But I guess that T-78 was spotting a lot of that himself. But because I was here as a distraction, we are essentially able to win this game. So now I'm wondering where the Scorpion went. And now I see that he's spotted in the middle. So I'm going to take that shot, get the kill. Get a nice shot into the T-34-3. Get another shot into him. Premium rounds coming in handy there. T-78. Both of us have 3 kills, so might as well go for the brothers in arms. And I'm thinking here, maybe I could try to flank, but I noticed that a sliver of his tank is open, and I see the Cromwell. Might as well take that kill as well. And now it's just all about waiting for our team to finish this guy off. It's a one shot. I'm hoping that he'll turn and give me a shot, but it's looking unlikely. And that's the game. Brilliant defense there. So let's actually dive into the next game. All right, here we are, game 2, same side, similar situation. However, we're gonna choose a different angle. So last game, you saw that how important it was to make sure that you hold the A7, A8 position, and kind of be that spotter and annoying person that's shooting the guys in the flank while we have TDs that are here and then in the middle helping support. So you're going to see the angle of being a support tank in and the importance of creating a different angle. So here I take the same strategy that I do last game. Even though I'm not a light tank, I'm a TD. I'm a decently mobile TD with the turret. So I feel pretty confident taking this middle position. As you can see, even though there's no artillery, I like taking this position on the left to see if I can spot. You're going to see me not misplay, but that was actually a really good trade. I traded 226 of my damage for this guy essentially dying. Doing about 1,000 spotting and getting him essentially to be a one-shot. So that's really great. There's been a lot of those that Shrek tank in the the SHPTK TPP in the matchmaker. So it's a good thing that we were able to get him low on HP. However, we are losing, and you can notice on the map, I'm the only one here. And that's very problematic, especially for the G-Sword, because it has I think it's like a 40-second reload. It's a very long reload, and that means that I will be by myself. And unfortunately, that was a really bad trade on my part. I went forward, and that guy's, he's a one-shot. He really should be dead, for all intents and purposes. But, to be taking damage from a tank that should be dead, that's not the best trade. So here I'm spotting the Centurion, but I noticed on the map that he was moving. Want to take out this Shrek tank. Don't let him get into the middle. Take a shot from the Centurion, put 2 shots into him. I'd say that's not too bad of a trade. Doing 600 for taking 200 in return. The first trade was not the first trade was because I wasn't reloaded. The second trade was not the best because I missed. However, the Centurion spotted again. Unfortunately, our Shrek in the back here has not decided to hold this position and shoot this Centurion. Centurion really should be taking the advantage and pushing up because he knows I'm on reload. So I noticed this Charioteer trying to be cheeky, go through the middle. So I'm here holding this angle, get a nice shot into him, and get the kill shot as well. This Shrek kind of made the right play to go forward and make sure he killed him because he doesn't want to get lit the whole game. But if the Centurion had been smart and moved up here, he would have taken a lot of damage to do that. So here I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm holding this middle area because I know it's very important. Get a spawn the Centurion as well, just to make sure I keep him honest. And now I notice that there's a huge push in the north. And that Progetto and that our Shrek is probably going to die because there are 3 fairly healthy tanks pushing on them. So I'm still reloading. As you can see, this reload is insanely long. I'm still reloading, still reloading, still reloading. And this really pains me to not be able to. So there, Borsig exposes himself. Put 2. Don't want to take that shot. Wait till the Ferdinand turns. And then, unfortunately, miss the last shot. So we get 3. We get 3 out of 4. And now we're on the 40-second reload again. And just praying that these guys don't push. Because all we have is a Borsig, and the Shrek is not even in position yet. So this is not the best situation. And I just want to if the Ferdinand had been more vigilant, he probably would have seen that I knocked over the tree. And I kind of made a mistake of switching to standard rounds here because I cannot penetrate the Ferdinand reliably frontally. So I'm reloaded. I'm kind of hesitant to shoot because I'm a 50-50 whether I go through. I'm kind of hoping that he turns. But it doesn't look like he is, so I decide, eventually, I will decide that I'm just going to take the shot. And luckily, I actually go through once, and I get really lucky and ammo rack him. And now the Centurion decides to make his move, but he doesn't realize that I have 2 shots left, and I'm able to kill him. So kind of lucky in that last situation, but was able to make the best out of my situation there. And holding the angle, providing a different angle of attack, was able to help our team secure the victory here. And so now it's just the matter of finding these 2 last TDs. The Shrek was last spotted over there, so I believe the Borsig is going to get in. Yep. And now this SU-130 is all that's left. So I think I'm just going to see if I can speed... Oh. Trying to speed this up. And then there he is. He's kind of just camping. Trying to wait for my shot. Seeing if he pokes. And it looks like he goes off the map. And now he's moving. Unfortunately miss. And then get a nice kill shot there as well. To get the 5th kill. So there's kind of two angles or two different games of defending on the north spawn on Abbey, and the importance of A, maintaining the A7 position, and then B, maintaining the middle to have crossfire. So let's take a look at the post game for both of these. All right, our first game was first class, 1129 base experience. We were third on experience and second on damage. Heavy tanks did a really good job of kind of cleaning up on the other side. 27 shots, 25 hits, 22 penetrations. Obviously, we were very close, so that makes sense. And yeah, we spent a lot because we fired gold. Unfortunate. 7.5 minute battle. So not a bad result here. And then our second game in the G sort was an ace tanker. We were top on damage with 3,700, as well as top on experience. Made a decent amount of credits actually, but we did spend a lot on a few gold rounds that we fired. Probably unnecessary, but I like the gold rounds because the reload is so long. You know, I don't want to be reloading for 40 seconds and be bouncing everything. That's really bad, especially when the DPM is already very low. 17 shots fired, 14 hits, 13 penetrations. So not too shabby there. Even 1,400 assistance. Most of that was from the initial Shrek that we spotted. That was like 1,000 of that. So yeah, hope you guys learned a little bit of something about you know, defending. I know that the recent the state of the game right now is not necessarily in the best place. A lot of games, even for me, are kind of just 15-3, 15-4 games where one team just stomps the other. Typically that happens because of, you know, not evenly matchmaking of skill level and of skill level of like the certain tank types. Because what will happen is players that are very knowledgeable and understand the right positions, or they're not the right positions, but like the more advantageous positions or more strategically strong positions, they will take those positions and they will influence the battle heavily in their favor. And so therefore, once one team kind of gets an early lead, it snowballs. And so that slight advantage that occurs in the beginning of the battle kind of influences the rest of the battle pretty heavily. And so kind of my advice for wargaming would be not to do ranked based matchmaking or like skill based matchmaking, but at least even the skill level a little bit better, or not even, you don't even have to even the score level every single game, but like maybe 3 out of 5 games you kind of balance the tiers out and the tank types out, where like similar experience level players are playing, you know, of the similar kind of vehicles and class or like tiers as well, because you don't want to have a super experienced heavy tank player in a top tier heavy and then a super experienced bottom tier, you know, TD player and say that that's balanced. That's not going to be balanced. So I think it's this discrepancy, what's it called?
What the hell did you just say?
You know, this discrepancy of kind of experience level as well as tank types that is kind of causing this issue or imbalance in the matchmaker. But let me know your guys' thoughts on kind of this current state of the game, if you guys have experienced the same thing. I'm hopefully going to try to play some frontline games. I'm going to try to get the Cobra, the tier 9 reward tank from the battle pass this season. You need 24 tokens, and so I'm finishing up the final stage. I'm probably going to have to end up buying a few of those stages because I didn't play for a month.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.
So I'm actually still a ways away, but I'm going to try to grind for that, and hopefully have some gameplay for you guys and let you guys know if that's a good tank or not to kind of go for. So thank you guys for all your support and for all you subscribers. I really appreciate you guys' support, and please keep the engagement up. I know I haven't posted in a while, but thank you guys so much, and have a great one. Warm out.